Yeah, in just 24 hours, we'll know whether the BCCI, as we see it today, will exist in the next 24 hours or not, because the big matter is set to come up before the Apex Court at 12 noon, after which we'll see that whether BCCI has budged from its stand or it continues to remain defiant. Now, this is where the conflict is between the Lodha panel that was formed in 2015 for a cleanup of the apex cricketing body of the country. One man, one post is one such suggestion that was made, which said that Anurag Thakur, with post 1 as BCCI president and post 2 as Himachal Pradesh Cricket Association president, will be ineligible to be with the board. Similarly, with Anirudh Chaudhary, post 1 as BCCI treasurer, post 2 as Haryana Cricket Association secretary. Then you have Ajay Shirke, whose post 1 is BCCI secretary, post 2 is Maharashtra Cricket Association president. He said he will leave it, but interestingly, re-election of Ajay Shirke on this post on September 21 AGM was questioned by the Lodha panel, saying it's not feasible. Amitabh Chaudhary, post 1 is BCCI joint secretary, post 2 is Jharkhand Cricket Association president. So there as well you see a conflict of interest. Now let me take you through which are the other pointers which BCCI has accepted Lodha panel's recommendation, where it has rejected it. So new draft memo, accepted, rejected. Age limit of 70 years for officials. Induction of CAG representative in Apex and IPL Council, accepted, rejected. Cooling off period for 3 years. Formation of Players Association, accepted. Overall tenure of 9 years, rejected. Voting by associate members, accepted, but one state, one vote recommendation has been rejected. Code of conduct for players, accepted, but reduce selectors to 3, with each having a test experience. Yesterday, the Supreme Court also questioned Anurag Thakur's cricket experience, rejected. Current, you have 5 selectors with 2 members without test experience. So let me go across to my colleague Rasesh Mandani, who's keeping a close eye on the BCCI headquarters, and also Anusha, who's joining us from Kolkata. First, to you, Rasesh, what are you picking up from your sources? What is likely to be the BCCI stand? Any softening of stand after court pulled it up yesterday?
None whatsoever. This is what we've been able to gather. The board sort of making it abundantly clear that they're not inclined to sign the undertaking that was sought by the court, saying that they would accept all the reforms. They continue to oppose them, which means that they're now effectively waiting for the order like the rest of us. So the BCCI continuing to be defiant, sticking to its stand, its position, its legal position, where they're saying that they can only change their constitution if they receive a 3/4 majority from their house, which is the state units. And it's now inevitable, it appears. It's difficult to preempt court orders, but all indications are, after Justice Lodha sort of recommended to the court that the board officials be superseded, that was seconded by the amicus curiae. It now appears that the board may be forced to appoint administrators to oversee the reforms process, replacing the current BCCI top brass.
All right, Anusha, what the kind of observation that we've seen from Honorable Chief Justice of India presiding over this case? He said earlier, fall in line or else we'll make you fall in line. Yesterday also he said, give us an undertaking, otherwise you are inviting court's wrath. Now, have you seen, with the kind of tone and tenor being adopted, we can't obviously preempt the court order, but is there a room for leniency for the BCCI from the court that you're looking at?
Now let me just update you. As you pointed out, the order is expected around 12 noon. Between 12 to 1 p.m. is any time we can see the order coming out. As far as the leniency bit is concerned, remember earlier yesterday during the hearing, the Chief Justice of India asked the BCCI point blank, will you implement the Lodha panel's recommendation for reform? The BCCI's answer was no. We have rejected them through a voting system. Now you have to understand that they were binding on them. It was a Supreme Court order. The amicus curiae even went to the extent of saying that civil and criminal contempt proceedings must be initiated against the BCCI officials. Now, what it looks like from the tone and tenor of the proceedings, from the stand that the BCCI has taken, that any leniency, any further time limit, we must remember BCCI has not asked for any more time. They have simply said that we cannot implement it in its entirety. Now, in this case, there is very little room left for any other order. It will be a major order as far as the entire BCCI is concerned. It will be a major reform. The court also indicated that so far the money that has been released to the state association may be kept in a fixed deposit, or all those orders might be cancelled. So clearly a big order expected from the Supreme Court today, and under the line of fire is the BCCI top brass, and the Chief Justice made it very clear yesterday.
Anusha, Rashesh, thanks for giving us all the updates available at this point of time, keeping a close eye on this big development for the BCCI. Also, taking a very short break. Stay with us on the other side. It is the political...